Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking in. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this round band to band cap which has this padded sequence and knotted design attached to it. Please, if you are just coming into this channel for the first time, kindly do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button and also on the bell icon, which enables you to be notified whenever new tutorials are uploaded. To all our subscribers who have already subscribed to our YouTube channel, thank you so much. Now, the materials to use for today's tutorial include your shiny poly fabric, half yard will be enough, your sequence fabric, of which half yard will also be enough, your foam, your scissors, your measuring tape, as well as your matching color of thread and needle. This design which we are working on has two different parts. There's the turban cap, of which we'll be using the shiny poly fabric to work on. It's the normal round band turban cap, and then there's this sequence design which we are going to be padding with foam or fiber, and we are going to be knotting it, creating a knotted design at the middle of the cap. Before now, I've had my fabrics cut out already, so I'll just go ahead to state out the different fabrics as well as the measurements used, and then thereafter we'll proceed into the tutorial proper. Now, starting the tutorial, I have before me the band for my turban cap. Remember, it's a round band turban cap. The measurement is 4.5 by 26 inches. Now I have the base. The measurement for the base is 26 by 14 inches. Please always remember to cut out the stretchy, that is the head circumference, across the more stretchy part of the fabric. That is it for that. And then moving on to the next fabric, we're having the sequence fabric for the knotted design, and I'm making use of 44 inches by 8 inches. 44 inches by 8 inches. Now I have the foam which we are going to be used to be padding the design. I'm making use of 1 inch size of foam, and I'm using 4 inches by 44 inches. Okay, we're starting with the sequence fabric which I have here. I'm now going to fold into two halves with the fine side inside and the wrong side outside, and then I'll take to my sewing machine and sew from one end to the other. Thereafter, I'll turn my fabric inside out, then get my already cut out foam and insert inside the fabric. Moving on to the turban cap, I'll get the fabric for my base which I have here. Then I'm going to place it with the fine side facing me. I'll get the fabric for my band, fold it into two equal halves with the wrong side inside and the fine side outside, then place on that is at one edge of my fabric for the base and sew. After sewing it down, this is how it looks like. I've sewn down from one edge of the fabric to the other. So this is it. Now I'm going to fold into two equal halves with the fine side inside and the wrong side of the fabric outside facing me, and we are going to sew. But before then, I'll get my measuring tape, and from the band I'll measure out 4 inches and then use my measuring tape to mark it, my tailor's chalk. So my sewing stitch, in order to form the cap, starts from the 4 inches mark down to the end, and coming to the edge again, I'll measure out 2 inches and mark. So please take note, from the band you measure 4 inches and you mark, while at the very end you measure out 2 inches, because that allowance is where we'll be passing the sequence fabric. So 4 inches, you sew down to the point where you have your 2 inches mark, and then you stop. Now I have my sequence fabric already sewn, turned inside out, and my foam has been inserted in it. So I'm going to set this aside until it gets to the part where it will be needed. Going back to the fabric for the turban cap, this is it, and I have sewn it already from the 4 inches to the 2 inches point. Now I'll go ahead to turn it inside out. I have this allowance there, that is where I'll be passing my fabric from, and you see this other end is open. So it is from this end that we'll attach the edge of the sequence fabric before closing it to form the cap completely. Right now I'll have my sequence fabric, and I'm going to be passing it from that 2 inches allowance at the edge. So I'll just pass it in, then bring it all the way to the top, and ensure that both ends are equal. Okay, so this is it, trying to check that both ends are equal, and then I'll proceed to make a knot. Just tie your fabric normal way of tying, there's no special technique to it. So I'll just knot my fabric as you see me doing, then I'll go ahead to adjust it and place each side on my fabric for the turban base. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm adjusting it, then placing it down. I use my pins to hold it in place. Now you see me cutting off the excess fabric from the sequence fabric. I'm doing this so that I can have allowance for sewing and I won't be sewing down on the foam. Now after cutting that excess fabric, after cutting down the excess fabric, you set and adjust your fabric in place. Then ensure that your knotted design is at the middle of your cap. Flip your cap over to the wrong side, and then we are going to now place that open edge on our sewing machine, and we'll stitch down from the band down to the 4 inches mark. We'll stitch down from the band down to the 4 inches mark so as to close it up. Okay, at this point I'm done stitching down that edge, and this is how it looks like. Now remember that we started by using 26 inches for the head circumference, which is more than the normal adult head size circumference, which is anywhere between 21 and 24 inches. This is to be able to get the backdrop effect. So what we are going to be doing now is that we'll get your measuring tape and measure the head circumference of your client. Let's say it's 22 inches, of which in fold it is going to be 11 inches. Now you sew down from that 11 inches mark. Sew down on the band, just as you have seen me sewn down on mine. Then extend it to the right side. Sew from the band and extend it to the right side. So that is how to go about creating the backdrop effect. So after doing that, the next thing we are going to be doing is to be making a running stitch. The running stitch is going to be on one side only, immediately after the band to the end. Okay, so I have my needle and thread here, and you see me passing my needle and thread in and out until I get to the end of the fabric. Then I'll go ahead to secure my thread and then cut off the excess thread. So that is it for that. I have my fabric here and I'm done making my running stitch. So that is how it is, and then I'll go ahead to turn my fabric inside out, and voila, I have my design. You can see that my design is coming off from my cap. So if you want the design to stick to the cap, you use your needle and thread to tack it through. And so that is all that there is to this tutorial. This is the outlook of the finished, this is the final outlook of our work. Please do well to give this video a thumbs up. Please leave a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to like. If there are any questions or tutorials you'd like us to upload, let us know in the comment section. And if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please kindly do so. And don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you.